Hey, what is going on, Twintendo Nation? Hope you're having an awesome day. Now, it has been a long time since we got something incredibly interesting in a Pokemon Go APK, but finally we have a massive hint that Generation 3 will be coming to the game soon. And when I say soon, I mean probably in a couple of months, because when we got the first information about Generation 2, when that was first announced in an APK, when we first basically found the new Pokemon were coming at some stage, it took around 2 to 3 months before they actually came out. So I think we found information around November or December time, and then obviously Generation 2 came out February this year. So we finally have Generation 3 Pokemon in the APK metadata. We are missing a few things before they can actually be released, such as their cries and also new moves, which we are expecting for Generation 3. But guys, let me know in the comments below, are you excited about Generation 3 coming to Pokemon Go at a later stage this year? Generation 3 is probably one of my most favourite generations. It's the one I first started really playing the games at. My first game was Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire, so this generation is a lot more special to me than Generation 2, and I can definitely see myself playing Pokemon Go a lot more because I have a deeper connection with these Pokemon compared to Generation 1 and 2. But I'd love to hear what you think about Generation 3 coming to Pokemon Go. Was it your favourite generation, or is it just a generation that you don't really care about as much as Generation 1 and 2? Let me know in the comments below. But anyway guys, let's jump into the APK update itself, and there was much more information than just Generation 3 being announced, or not Generation 3 being announced, but Generation 3 Pokemon being found in the APK code. So I'm going to go over all of that information now. So first up, there is a new Super Incubator, which you guys might have heard about before. I think there has been a bit of information leaked in the last APK hinting that this incubator is coming, and I think it's in the store as well, which kind of got a lot of people upset that it's not going to be an item you can potentially find at Pokestops. It's one you're going to have to buy. But basically, a lot of people are thinking this incubator is going to hatch eggs quicker. I'm not sure if it has more uses than a normal incubator, if that makes it super as well. But it's just going to basically hatch eggs maybe at a faster rate, similar to if you went to Pokemon Go Fest and we got that kind of bonus feature. Basically, if we completed a certain challenge, which we did, we could hatch eggs, I think, like a third quicker, so 0.33 quicker, and yeah, it actually helped a lot. It changed like a 2k egg to something like, I don't know, like 1.3 kilometers, which really helped a lot. It basically just sped up a lot, so it was really good, and maybe that's an actual thing, and apparently it is a unique purple color. So I mean, if you like the color purple, then maybe it's just worth buying itself, but otherwise it's a good way to hatch eggs quicker. Anyway, the next update is several bug fixes, which is always good because Pokemon Go, as we know, has always been a pretty buggy game. There's always a few bugs in every update that they have to fix, and apparently these are an error system rework, a cooldown for raid notifications, and potential memory fixes. And it goes on to say on the Sylph Road, particularly in handling Pokemon type background switching, but potentially many other areas. So that's kind of like the probably the most boring part of the update out the way. So let's go on to some more interesting stuff. So there's been another update in terms of shinies. Unfortunately, it's not the release of way more shinies, because personally I think that's what Pokemon Go needs next, something that I really want. But it goes on to say there's a few differences on how Pokemon or shiny Pokemon sparkle. So basically, by the sounds of it, it's just going to be a slightly different shiny animation, or maybe they've added a few things to it, but honestly it's not too much. It's just going to be a few differences here and there. But they are thinking about shinies more, and hopefully when Generation 3 is launched they will release every single shiny Pokemon with them. I don't know why shinies haven't come out yet, because obviously they were introduced in Generation 2 in the main games, and it would have made so much sense to release them all at once in Generation 2. Unfortunately, still not happened, but that will be something that I'm really looking forward to when every single shiny Pokemon is released into the wild. Next up is exclusive raid updates, which I was talking about in my last Pokemon Go video, which is basically how you're going to be able to fight Mewtwo. So it says several additions have appeared for the upcoming exclusive raid mechanic, though it appears to largely be updating the existing raid code to support these new types of raids, such as adding an exclusive raid 1 emblem, an exclusive raid decal color, and other assets. Many of the tweaks to the raid system code have occurred, particularly regarding the count of users in a lobby, raid timers and spawn time, something new referred to as the default raid item rewards that may be a simple placeholder, and it goes on to say none of this necessarily points to changes to traditional raid mechanics. Most likely it's simply preparing gyms for exclusive raids, which will have a few more moving pieces, but keep an eye on raid performance, bugs, and see if you notice an improvement. So basically, Exclusive raids are coming, we know that. We should expect them in the next couple of weeks, and we should be seeing Mewtwo very soon on our streets, and hopefully we'll be able to catch it as well. Now, another interesting find in the APK is a new label called Metamon ID, which, if you guys don't know, Metamon is Ditto's original name in Japanese, and apparently, well, a lot of speculation is that they've added this because there's going to be a few Generation 3 Pokemon that eventually turn into Ditto, so I'm not sure what examples could be. I'm assuming Pokemon like maybe Zigzagoon and Tailo, you know, common type Pokemon like that, will probably turn into a Ditto. So that's my thoughts on it, and I think that's a fair assumption that the Silph Road made. But anyway, there's been a few smaller changes as well in the APK. So you can now search Pokemon by their move, which is really cool. So for example, in your Pokemon inventory, at the search bar, if you type a certain move, for example like Water Gun, you know, stuff like that, or Outrage, you can find all the Pokemon that have that move. And that is going to be very helpful, especially if you're looking for a certain Pokemon in particular, especially if you have a lot of that Pokemon. And we've been able to do that before by obviously just searching obviously the name of the Pokemon, but also like things like evolve, so you can see all the Pokemon that need evolving and stuff like that. So it was a very handy thing to have. There's also a little update on the AR camera and Android permission system changes, but to be honest, it's information that you don't really need to know, and it's not really that important. But finally, we're going to talk about Generation 3 Pokemon and basically all the stuff we know so far. So first of all, as you guys know, with Generation 3, there are 135 new species, and in terms of Pokemon candies or family candies, there will be 73 new candies from Trico to Deoxys. So as I mentioned earlier, the Silph Road go on to say, we anticipate it will be a little while yet before these species begin appearing in the game. The following do not appear yet in the APK and will be needed before Generation 3 goes live, such as sound files for each species, so their battle cries, and obviously any additional moves that may be added for Generation 3 species use, and there have been no new moves added so far, but we should expect some new Generation 3 things in the next APK, which we should get in around a month at the very latest. So guys, let me know what you think about Generation 3 coming to Pokemon Go. Are you excited, or do you just not play this game anymore? I'd love to hear what you guys think in the comments below. And let me know which Pokemon you'd like to catch the most from Generation 3. I mean, as you guys know, I am a Mudkip man. I love my Mudkip, so I definitely love to find a wild Mudkip and catch that as my first ever Generation 3 Pokemon. But I'd love to hear what you guys think in the comments below. Anyway guys, if you did enjoy the video, make sure to hit the like button down below, and if you want to stay up to date with everything Pokemon Go and just Pokemon in general, make sure to hit that subscribe button to become a part of the Twintendo Nation. Anyway guys, thank you very much for watching, hope you have an awesome day, and I will see you on the next video. Peace!